Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome back to Michael in the Morning. Today is Friday, December 25th, 2020, and unfortunately, we don't have stimulus checks before Christmas, but we do have some progress on what is going on in Congress and potentially some good news that could lead to a second stimulus package being passed very early on next week. The GOP House Republicans yesterday on Thursday blocked a Democratic attempt to pass $2,000 direct stimulus payments to Americans. Now they're setting up votes for next week early on Monday, as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other top lawmakers are still pushing to get stimulus checks passed very soon.
Nancy Pelosi here trying to call the president's bluff. You remember that the president said he was upset with this relief bill because the amount of money going to individuals at $600 was too small. He said he wanted $2,000. So Nancy Pelosi said, fine, you want $2,000? I'll put that on the House floor. Well, we saw that just within the past hour. Republicans blocked the measure to increase the funding from $600 to $2,000. Republicans offered their own measure, which Democrats blocked. So now we're at loggerheads here in Washington, D.C., all that attracting the ire of the majority leader, Steny Hoyer.
So right now, top lawmakers in Congress, they already have a bill that they did pass, the $900 billion stimulus bill, which included $600 stimulus checks for individuals and included $600 stimulus checks for dependents. On top of this, it also has $300 in boosted unemployment benefits. This bill has a lot of important aspects in it. However, President Trump the other day said that he won't sign it because it doesn't include enough in stimulus checks. He says basically it's a disgrace and he's not going to sign off on this particular bill. And if they can't agree on a larger amount for stimulus checks, well, then it's going to have to wait till Joe Biden is inaugurated later in the year.
The President of the United States, whether he's in Mar-a-Lago or any place else, ought to empathize with the pain and suffering and apprehension and deep angst that the American people are feeling this Christmas Eve and sign this bill.
So the problem is some top lawmakers are saying that President Trump should just go ahead, sign the $900 billion stimulus package that they already voted on and that the House and the Senate have already passed. Other top lawmakers are pushing to get larger stimulus checks like President Trump and are saying that we should have $2,000 stimulus checks in the bill. The problem is Republicans didn't want to pass this large of a stimulus package, and they've been saying this all year since the first stimulus package was passed. Republicans don't want to have a larger bill because it would add more money to the U.S. debt, and Democrats have offered a couple of larger bills previously. So this isn't anything new. Republicans have not wanted to spend a lot in a stimulus package in the previous offers as well. But now the problem is they do have a bill passed. It's just the only thing holding them up is that President Trump thinks we need more than a $600 stimulus check. Well, this would be good news if we got $2,000. Could be bad news because we might have to wait another month or so if Congress can't agree on a $2,000 stimulus check very quickly.
So really not clear now, Carl, where we're going to go in terms of the negotiations. Nancy Pelosi, as you mentioned, suggests that she is going to force a vote on this next week. That is a recorded vote where every member has to stand up and say whether they support it or not. That puts Republicans in a tough position. They don't want to increase the amount of funding to $2,000, but the president says that's what he wants, and it's a key element of his objection to this bill overall. So whether or not that happens is anybody's guess at this point. There's still a possibility that the president simply backs down and allows the bill to go through and says he'll sign it. That's one scenario here, but we're in sort of uncharted waters here, guys.
On top of all this, with stimulus, currently they also have a government funding and spending bill that needs to get passed as well. As part of the bill that President Trump said he wouldn't sign, there was a stimulus portion to this bill, and there was also a government spending part of the bill. Because right now, the government needs to pass a spending bill in order to prevent a shutdown. Currently in the package that is proposed, it'll fund the government through September of 2021. But if this isn't signed off on, they're either going to need to pass another short-term bill, or President Trump is just going to need to go ahead and sign it so the government doesn't go into a shutdown and they'll be funded for the next year. This government spending and defense bill has been signed every single year for the last 59 years, and now many lawmakers are worried that it's not going to get done this year.
Yeah, it is. And that streak of so many years is so important to members of Congress. That's one of the last remaining bipartisan things in Washington. That defense bill gets done every year. Usually it's no problem. This time the president vetoed it, says he doesn't like the fact that they're taking Confederate names off of U.S. military bases. Also, he wanted some social media legislation in there that has nothing to do with the bill. That didn't get in there. The president said those are the two reasons why he's vetoing the bill. The consensus is that they have the votes. There was overwhelming support, and they will override that next week. We'll see if too many Republicans peel off on both of those in the House and in the Senate, then you could have some trouble. But the margin seems to be there to override the president's veto and to put it into law no matter what he says.
Yeah, and of course we have seen a defense bill, an NDAA, that has been passed by the government for consecutively for 59 years. I think there's also some restrictions there on troop drawdowns and what the president can do there, which I think is an issue of contention as well.
So anyways, we're going to have to wait and see what goes on with the stimulus bill on Monday when they come back for a vote to the House. We're going to also have to wait and see what happens with this government spending bill. Both of these need to get passed before the end of the year, and if not, there could be major issues moving forward. But I'll make sure to keep you updated on what is going on with the second stimulus check and second stimulus package. But that's your stimulus update as of Friday, December 25th, 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600, when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.